Okay, there we go. So, this will not be a very long video, but oh well. So that was the life of the third Dwarven king, Cog Cudgelaxe. Now we move on to the fourth, his daughter, Lord Chamber Dwellers. She was the daughter of the third Dwarven king, became the queen in the year 132 after her father died. And well, she did quite some things in her life as well. She fought in a lot of wars. She also fought in some wars where I think she also must have met Kosoth. Yep, so the fourth queen also met Kosoth. All of the kings and queens have met Kosoth at one point or another. Very interesting. So she fought in a lot of wars, also in the wars against the elves. And yeah, she was born in 51. So this is like the first Dwarven king which wasn't born in the year 1, wasn't placed with the start of the world. In the year 86 she married Zuglar Flashtin. And hey, you might recognize that name. Zuglar Flashtin is the husband of the daughter that was kidnapped. So Zuglar, he married Tobul Orblocked, but then in 78 Tobul was kidnapped by that Cyclops Elephant Man, and a couple of years later she married Lord Chamber Dwellers, her elder sister. So he first married the third king's second oldest daughter. Later on he married the oldest daughter, which later on became the queen. I guess this guy really wanted to be married to a Dwarven queen for some reason. I don't know, but I don't know how he did it, but he did, and I didn't even know that could happen. He married sisters. But yeah, back to lore. After that he didn't do that much interesting stuff, Zuglar Flashtin. Lord Chamber Dwellers, the fourth queen. She fought against a lot of war against the goblins. She met Kosoth, she must have had in those wars. Let's see, and a couple of things happened. In 179 some things happened which you don't see here. Yeah, let's go back to Dwarf Fortress for that. Lord Chamber Dwellers, Lord Chamber... That's quite a name, by the way, it's quite a goony name. In 179 something happened in the capital. The doctrine of torches became the doctrine of sport. The doctrine of torches is the group which founded the capital of Copperchance, and something happened in 179, I'm not really sure what, but they changed the name from the doctrine of torches to the doctrine of sport. And you see this in multiple Dwarven chapters which lived around 179 in the capital. But something happened. Other things Lord Chamber Dwellers did, well, she had a lot of children herself as well. And she also killed 5 goblins in Poison Starve. Poison Starve is the goblin capital. Actually, it isn't Poison capital, goblin capital, but it's a very important goblin town. But yeah, that's about her life. Oh, that's the life of the fourth Dwarven queen, fourth Dwarven ruler, whatever you want to call that. She also had quite a lot of children. Let's take a look at those. Yeah, okay, I have that over here. Yeah. Okay, so her children. The first is Kabuk Geliors. This is the only daughter she had. The rest are all sons. Her daughter fought in a lot of wars, and yeah, also in a war where she must have met Kosoth again. Yep, and fought in a lot of wars against the goblins. So her first daughter, her eldest daughter, fought in a lot of wars, Galley wars, Her second daughter, her older son even, she had the other were all sons. He didn't gravel all the oceans. Also fought in a lot of the Goblin Wars. Also must have met Kosoth. Maybe this one didn't. Maybe in one of the other sieges. Maybe that by that time Kosoth was done with fighting. Yeah, this is a bit late. In 140 something he settled in plain skies and didn't fight any wars anymore. But yeah, the oldest son of Lord Chamberlain, the fourth queen, fought in a lot of wars and didn't do much else. The third son, the second oldest but the third child, is King Somerwinds. And hey, you see the name, you see the apostrophes, you might have seen those earlier in the video. This is actually the king which is in my fort. This is the current king. He is still alive. He is the son of Queen Lord Chamber Dwellers, who is the son of Cog Cudgelaxe. So there's a real dwarven lineage here. It was first Cog Cudgelaxe, then Lord Chamber Dwellers, then this dude, King Somerwinds. And is he king in apostrophes because I gave him a name in Dwarf Fortress. So yeah, that's the second oldest son, or the third child. The youngest child, Dwarf Udil Tactile Guild. This one also started wandering the wilds and went to a couple of things. Didn't fight any goblins wars. Also confronted the Titan Karaka Wind Echoed. So this happened again. Cog Cudgelaxe had 6 childs. The youngest child confronted the Titan Karaka and was killed. Lord Chamber Dwellers had 4 killed children. The youngest also attacked the same Titan which killed the first queen. So it's becoming a dwarven tradition, by the way, to to send your youngest child to fight the Titan, and they all die. And yeah, let's still not click on Karaka. You've seen most of his stuff by now. Karaka Wind Echoed is quite a Titan and actually still alive. But yeah, so that's Lord Chamber Dweller's life. So that was the 4th queen, and she had quite a life, and her children had quite a life as well. And well, let's move on to the 5th king, the current king, which is still alive in my fortress. That's King Somerwinds. King Somerwinds, which is currently alive in my fortress, like I said. Let's take a look at his life. What happened to him? He fought in some goblin wars. Unfortunately, I don't think he met Kosoth. No, he did not meet Kosoth. That's a shame. That was too late. But he did some other things. He fought in 5 wars against the goblins. This is the same guy which is still alive. I wonder how much time I'm going to say this. What did he also do? He also, if you might remember, in Dwarf Fortress, his cheek was stabbed out. That happened in 174. He was wounded, unknown. I really should show this in Dwarf Fortress because it's unknown. If I have sub for King, no. If I search for Somerwinds. Yeah, King Somerwinds. In 174, his right cheek was stabbed out by the goblin Bosa uttered poison, the blockade of comedy by ringing. So, yeah, in the middle of the wars, he got his cheek stabbed out by a goblin in the war. So that's why he has lost his cheek. Also, what else did he do? Well, he fought in some more goblins wars. Also in 179 he left the doctrine of torches, which became the doctrine of sport. Like I said, what we found earlier. let's see. He also shouldn't touch the mouse wheel here, otherwise you can't read anything of this anymore. He became the king even in 219. His mother, Lord Chamber Dallas, died in 218. Then he became the king in 218, and he's still alive. And in the year 259, he moved to Snarlingurn, my fortress. Became a member of the Relieved Gold, and here you also see that he fled into the mountains, but you can scratch these last two things because I never abandoned this. This is just for the video, and that's why it's in the bottom here, but forget that. He also had some children. He had 4 daughters, and his 4 daughters also have couple of interesting things, not all that much as the other daughters of the previous kings and queens, but he had 4 daughters. Did he do anything else in his life? King Solmerwinds. Well, he married Queen Gildagazes. Queen Gildagazes didn't do much. She became the queen, and also moved to Snarlingurn. Queen Gildagazes is also in my fortress. So the other things, so the other daughters of our king, still living king. Here it is. Sigan Brawstreams fought in the wars. Some later wars against the goblins, 225 and 236. Also some of the current wars, which I have here, because she moved to Snarlingurn in 225 already. She must have been put in my military because she has no name anymore. And there's that dwarf bug in Dwarf Fortress where if someone gets a kill, they lose their name. Or that's something to do with Dwarf Therapist or something. But she before she went to Snarlingurn, she also killed some goblins. Yeah. And that's about it. But yeah, she moved to Snarlingurn in 255. And well, switched jobs a lot because I switched jobs a lot in my fortress. So that's the first daughter of the king. The second daughter, Degil Martirmir, is something Elma also had seen in my fortress because Degil also moved to Snarlingurn in 255. Also, before that she fought in the wars against the goblins. And she is also still alive. And I think Degil Martirmir is that metalcrafter, which I named such in my fortress, but she also must have had a kill against the goblins because she has no name at the moment. In the next episode we'll rename her to something royal or something, because, well, she's a daughter of our king. She might become the next king, or queen even. So that's Degil Martirmir, the second daughter of our king. The third, Bombrek Systems Treaties, is not that interesting. He became a ranger in Spoken Hatchets, has not done much else. He is a ranger, so also might show up in the future. The fourth one, oh, by the way, Degil Martirmir, I also forget, she created an artifact in our fortress. That metalcrafter created an artifact. The artifact is called the Ambiguous Dirge. I should be able to find that in Dwarf Fortress as well. One of the artifacts I made. I think that's art or structures. But if I look for the Ambiguous Dirge here. No, and this might be a whole giant list. It's easier. Oh, here's an artifacts list. Stupid. Here. So the second daughter also created the lead flute, which was created in Snarlingurn. Before the king ever came to Snarlingurn, she made that lead flute. So That's a lot of fun. Mix between Dwarf Fortress, between the history and my fortress. Also, 1 hour in. God damn it. Back to the list. Jesus Christ. Where are we? Oh yeah. So the 4th daughter of our current king, Modon Buffpage, didn't do much, but also settled in Snarlingurn. Is also living in our fortress. So we'll also rename her. And that's well, that's about all there is to say about the Dwarven history, the history of our kings. Let's go Let's go back to our civilization. Let's go back to the Obesian Boulder. So that's all the Dwarven kings and queens. And here's all the wars we fought, and well, we've seen that. And Kosoth fought in many of them, and many of them must have met Kosoth. What else is there to say? This is all the towns there are. Copperchance and Pines Metal are the most important ones. There's more. There's also Glacier Sax, which was withered in 253. Later on there was Snarlingurn, made in 255. And yeah, it wasn't really abandoned. In our civilization total, there's a lot of things. There's lots of dogs, lots of dwarves, nearly 10,000 dwarves, geeses, guinea fowls, turkeys, chickens, cavies, name it. And here's a giant list of all the things that have happened, but that's not really readable. Oh yeah, so the gods also. This is the one important god, Zagod Razorbrave, which cursed the first queen's husband to be a vampire. That happened here. Here she cursed Kosoth Pagewept. She also cursed some other people. She cursed someone to be this is a were-cavie in the year 13. Same happened in the year 225. She cursed someone else to be a were-cavie. Also, she cursed someone to be a were-moose. Yeah, were-moose in 233. So in the future we might also see were-cavies or were-moose. Or maybe other were-beasts. Who knows? So that's gods. The other gods are not all that interesting. Zagald is the god of fortresses and war, and the most important one. Let's see what else is there. I could also talk about the elves and stuff and the goblins, but there's I've done a lot already. Let's see. Let's show the Titan. I haven't showed the Titan yet. We should be able to go through that Titan easily from the first queen. Yeah, the Titan has had a lot of kills. Let's find him in Dwarf Fortress as well. He is named Karaka. Wind Echoed. This is the Mountain Titan, which killed all those dwarfs. You see some of those names here. He killed in fire. She killed one of these dwarves, Kogan, and Tun Constructhoofd, and later on the other dwarves. But it's a Mountain Titan, one of its kind, a great humanoid composed of amber, has a pair of knobby antennae and an austere look about it. Where are its webs? Karaka was associated with nature, mountains, minerals, metals, caverns, and animals. So it's like a god sort of thing. Some people have worshipped this Titan as if it's a god. It is a god, and it has quite some kills. If I look down, lots of things happened in this Titan's life. It has had 78 kills, and it's mostly dwarves, I think. Yeah, killed a whole lot of dwarves. A lot of dwarves which challenge the Titan, and that's not really a smart thing to do. You don't challenge a Titan. So it's living here in the Aquamarine of Fear. Should be able to show that easier in Legends mode. The Aquamarine Ferns here. which is located to the north of where our civilization is. So here's the Obesian Boulder, here is where the Mountain Titan lives. Now that's not on my island, but the Titan has wings, and I don't know if it will get all the way to where my fortress is, because my fortress is on an island way to the left here. Here is Snarlingurn. But who knows, maybe we might see that Titan show up in the future. And that's, yeah, if we can kill that Titan, that's quite a feat, because that Titan has such an history in this world. So yeah, that's the Titan done. Quite a history here. Anything else I wanted to show? Done most things by now. God damn, this video is turning out to be way too long. Oh yeah, that night creature, the Cyclops Elephant Man, who kidnapped the third king's second eldest daughter. So he gave birth to another night creature. That night creature kidnapped two other elves, and those gave birth to, well, two other night creatures, and those are still alive. The son of the third king's second eldest daughter, which was made with the night creature, is dead, but those children, those two Cyclops Elephant men, are still alive. Won't show that at the moment because that's a lot of work. So those might also show up in the future. Who knows? What else? I think we've done mostly everything. So also let's take a look at the other civilizations in the neighborhood. If I go back to the Obesian Boulder. So we've been in a lot of war with the Cat of Prisons, the elves, which are here between them. Funny thing is, they've had the same druid, princess and queen, their leaders basically, elven leaders, since year 1. They've been attacked a whole lot of times by a whole lot of people. They also fought against the goblins, but they still have the same druid, princess and queen. Same thing with the elves on my island. If I go back, let's go back to the world map. The elves which are living on my island, which I'm trying to kill, are these elves. That's, I think these elves. Was that the Lean Morning? Yeah, the Lean Morning. These are the elves which I've killed. These also have had the same king, druid, princess and queen since the beginning of time. And well, we're trying to start a war with them. They've also had some wars against goblins and Yumis on the continent, on this island. But well, we'll have a war with them soon. I hope they show up with a nice siege, but here's what they might show up with. And yeah, so that's the elves which I'm fighting with. So let's take a look at the gobbies, the gobos. So there's the goblins of the low hell, which we've seen a lot, and where a lot of the wars were fought against. Those goblins haven't had an easy time. They were attacked a whole lot of times by a whole lot of civilizations, a whole lot of dwarven civilizations, even some elven civilizations, and some more dwarven civilizations. They didn't attack. The goblins of the low hells only were attacked, and they also were ruled by a demon back in the day, between 13 and 238. But I think one of the elves killed the goblin leader. Yeah, in 237 there was an elf war here, this one I think, and the demon which was leading the goblins was killed. And then goblins took back over their own town, but they still got attacked. So these goblins been pretty fucked. But hey, they're goblins. Fuck them. The goblins on my continent, which we're fighting, are the Hex of Listening. For some reason they aren't in this list, and they don't have their own icon. But they are here. We go to here-ish. I think that's where these goblins. Ruthless are, yeah. We should be able to click onto the... Yeah, here's the Hex of Listening. I was right. Here's where the Hex of Listening is. They don't have their own icon, unfortunately, but they've had... they've been attacked by the local elven civilizations. And they've been fighting wars against us. Here, we're fighting against them in Snarlingurn. And they've had 2 sieges, but we've fought off those 2 sieges. And they are just a group of goblins. They are not really a civilization of goblins. That might be the change, because they don't seem to have leaders as well. But they have a lot of goblins, 16,000 goblins. But yeah, they are here in Root's Lair. And well, they've been here, and they'll probably attack me more in the future. So that's all the goblins as well. And I think that should be enough for this history lesson. I've shown you most things. Let's go back to the Ubisen Boulder again, our civilization. Here we are. So I've just shown you a small taste of our history, and that's just the history of my Dwarven civilization. There's tons of other Dwarven civilizations in the world. There's, well, 10 in total. There's 18 Elven civilizations. There's 17 goblins, 17 humans, 17 kobolds. I haven't even touched the kobolds yet, but they're not that interesting in world history normally. They just live and kidnap some people and live, and nothing really happens. But yeah, I've just shown you a little part of Dwarven history of this world. Just the part relating to our dwarves, and this has been quite interesting, especially coastals, like I said in the beginning. And that guy is amazing. it's really wonderful that most of the Dwarven kings and queens just fought with him in a war at one point or another, when before he became a vampire and after he became a vampire. So yeah, yeah, let's end the episode. It's been more than long enough. Let's look at the world again. Let's toggle civilizations again to give you a little view. It's our civilization. Here are the elves. Here's the cat of prisons again. Here's the low hells of goblins. Some other dwarves in the neighborhood. Fuck them. Here near us, near Snarlingurn, there is the lean morning. These are the elves we're attacking. These are the humans, the Empire Spirits, where we're trading with. They're humans, they make towns, they treat like rabbits. They trade, that's it. And there's also the goblins here of the Hex of Listening. And there's also some goblins here. And there's also cages. There's also another goblin civilization here. This is the Dire Disloyalty, which is to the north of the mountains, but they aren't attacking me for some reason. It's only the Hex of Listening which are attacking me, and those are all the way in the south over here. Oh well. But yeah, here we are in our world. Oh, and let's show you Glacier Sax again, because Glacier Sax was also in the same world with civilization and stuff. Glacier Sax was over here, the mountain halls, and here's that goddamn Necromancer Tower. Let's take a look at the Necromancer, maybe. Let's see, the Necromancer Tower was founded by the Bros Raunuses. There must be that goddamn Necromancer which sacked Glacier Sax. They attacked us in something. Hard to see like this. Maybe if you find it in Dwarf Fortress. This is the civilization, the Brawlness. Nonnesses, whatever. Let's search for the civilization. Brass? The Brass Rawnesses. Yeah, the Necromancer Stodier Relieved Urn. That must be the fucking Necromancer which killed us. Here Hammer Boss was, yeah. Here they defeated the Wheel of Watchfulness and Doom who actually destroyed Glacier Sacks 2 times. Oh, here is the Dwarven Necromancer Solon Season Trade. Let's take a look at him. Solon Season Trade. Solon Season Trade. This Dwarven Necromancer, I haven't even looked at this in the Dwarf history yet. So this is the one which killed Glacier Sacks. Lived apparently since the year 1 and was queen of the Inky Theater, which is, I think, another Dwarven civilization. So we were attacked by the queen of another, queen turned necromancer of another Dwarven civilization. Seriously, huh, that's a miracle. Yeah, the Inky Theater. And here's Solon Season Trade. Wow, I haven't read this, but apparently she became a necromancer. Yeah, in the year 22 already, and did a lot of things. And I'm not going to read this all on video here, but this ex-queen attacked Glacier Sacks and killed fucking a lot of people in Glacier Sacks. Wow. That's quite a thing. It's really the thing. I'm amazed that this is also a queen which attacked Glacier Sacks. That's a thing. So yeah, that's the beauty of Legends mode. Lots of things happen, and queens can become other people, become necromancers, and well, not the other way around. Yeah, that's another little fact for you. And yeah, let's end the episode here. 1 hour and 20 minutes. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this video also wasn't too desynchy, but well, there is lots of stuff on screen anyway, which should not really be a problem with videos like this. And let's just end it here. Next episode we're going to back to Snarlingurn just like normal, just like we're going to continue it like nothing ever happened here with Legends mode. We just have an idea who our king is now, who sacked us in Glacier Sacks, and who the elves and the goblins are. But yeah, that's really been enough. I'll see you guys later.